Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to TechWave. Here are 7 crazy inventions that changed the food industry forever. Number 7, refrigeration. Refrigeration has had a large impact on industry, lifestyle, agriculture, and settlement patterns. The idea of preserving food dates back to at least the ancient Roman and Chinese empires. However, mechanical refrigeration technology has rapidly evolved in the last century, from ice harvesting to temperature-controlled rail cars. The introduction of refrigerated rail cars contributed to the westward expansion of the United States, allowing settlement in areas that were not on main transport channels such as rivers, harbors, or valley trails. Settlements were also developing in infertile parts of the country, filled with newly discovered natural resources. The use of ice to lower the temperature of and thus preserve food dates back to the prehistoric times. Machine-based refrigeration, however, was developed as a process starting in the mid-18th century and moving into the 19th. Domestic mechanical refrigerators first became available in the 20th century. Throughout its long history, refrigeration has allowed humans to preserve food and with it nutrition. It has also allowed for a key innovation in human civilization, cold beer. Number 6, pasteurization. Pasteurization or pasteurization is a process in which packaged and non-packaged foods such as milk and fruit juice are treated with mild heat, usually to less than 100 degrees Celsius, 212 Fahrenheit, to eliminate pathogens and extend shelf life. The process is intended to destroy or deactivate organisms and enzymes that contribute to spoilage or risk of disease, including vegetative bacteria, but not bacterial spores. Since pasteurization is not sterilization and does not kill spores, a second double pasteurization will extend the quality by killing spores that have germinated. Most liquid products are heat treated in a continuous system where heat can be applied using a plate, heat exchanger, or the direct or indirect use of hot water and steam. Due to the mild heat, there are minor changes to the nutritional quality and sensory characteristics of the treated foods. Pascalization or high pressure processing and pulsed electric field are non-thermal processes that are also used to pasteurize food.
So if you go through the heater again.
Number 5, the oven. An oven is a thermally insulated chamber used for the heating, baking, or drying of a substance and most commonly used for cooking. The earliest ovens were found in Central Europe and date back to 29,000 BC. There were roasting and boiling pits inside yurts used to cook mammoth. In Ukraine, from 20,000 BC, they used pits with hot coals covered in ashes. The food was wrapped in leaves and set on top, then covered with earth. In camps found in Mesorik, each mammoth bone house had a hearth used for heating and cooking. Ovens were used by cultures who lived in the Indus Valley, and in pre-dynastic Egypt, by 3200 BC, each mud brick house had an oven in settlements across the Indus Valley. Ovens were used to cook food and to make bricks. Pre-dynastic civilizations in Egypt used kilns around 5000 to 4000 BC to make pottery. Number 4, baking. Baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, normally in an oven, but can also be done in hot ashes or on hot stones. The most common baked item is bread, but many types of foods are baked. Heat is gradually transferred from the surface of cakes, cookies, and breads to their center. As heat travels through, it transforms batters and doughs into baked goods, and more with a firm, dry crust and a softer center. Baking can be combined with grilling to produce a hybrid barbecue variant by using both methods simultaneously, or one after the other. Baking is related to barbecuing because the concept of the masonry oven is similar to that of a smoke pit. Number 3, fermentation. Fermentation in food processing is the process of converting carbohydrates to alcohol or organic acids using microorganisms, yeast, or bacteria. Using anaerobic conditions, fermentation usually implies that the action of microorganisms is desired. The science of fermentation is known as zymology or zymurgy. The term fermentation sometimes refers specifically to the channel conversion of sugars into ethanol, producing alcoholic drinks such as wine, beer, and cider. However, similar processes take place in the leavening of bread, CO2 produced by the yeast activity, and in the preservation of sour foods with the production of lactic acid, such as in sauerkraut and yogurt. Other widely consumed fermented foods include vinegar, olives, and cheese. More localized foods prepared by fermentation may also be based on beans, grain, vegetables, fruit, honey, dairy products, and fish.
Thawing it, it's used to inoculate a small amount of...
Number 2, knife. A knife is a tool with a cutting edge or blade often attached to a handle or hilt. One of the earliest tools used by mankind, knives appeared at least 2.5 million years ago as evidenced by the Oldowan tools. Originally made of wood, bone, and stone, such as flint and obsidian, over the centuries, in step with improvements in both metallurgy and manufacturing, knife blades have been made from copper, bronze, iron, steel, ceramic, and titanium. Most modern knives have either fixed or folding blades. Blade patterns and styles vary by maker and country of origin. Number 1, frying. Frying is the cooking of food in oil or another fat. Similar to sautéing, pan-fried foods are generally turned over once or twice during cooking using tongs or a spatula. While sautéed foods are cooked by tossing in the pan, a large variety of foods may be fried. Fats can reach much higher temperatures than water at a normal atmospheric pressure. Through frying, one can sear or even carbonize the surface of foods while caramelizing sugars. The food is cooked much more quickly and has a characteristic crispness and texture. Depending on the food, the fat will penetrate it to varying degrees, contributing richness, lubricity, its own flavor, and calories. Frying techniques vary in the amount of fat required, the cooking time, the type of cooking vessel required, and the manipulation of the food. Sautéing, stir-frying, pan-frying, shallow frying, and deep frying are all standard frying techniques. Pan-frying, sautéing, and stir-frying involve cooking foods in a thin layer of fat on a hot surface such as a frying pan, griddle, wok, or sautés. Stir-frying involves frying quickly at very high temperatures, requiring that the food be stirred continuously to prevent it from adhering to the cooking surface and burning. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.